The name of this video tutorial is Splitting and Joining Windows in Blender 2.49b. Blender's default scene has three windows: the Preferences window, the 3D window in the middle, and the Buttons window at the bottom. It's possible to split and join windows and to turn windows into different types so that you can get different views. So what we're going to do first is start up Blender 2.49b to get the default scene. Then we'll delete the default cube. To do that, you right-click on the cube to select it, then either press the delete key or X and then enter. Then we'll add Suzanne, Blender's monkey mascot. That's space, add, mesh, monkey. We're now going to split the 3D viewport window into four windows to show the top, right, front, and camera views at the same time. First, we split the window horizontally. Drag the cursor to the extreme left edge of the 3D viewport until the cursor changes to a double-sided arrow. When you right-click, you get a menu with a choice of no header or split area. Click on Split Area. You'll see a horizontal line. The line shows where the 3D window will be split if you left-click. You can move the line to control exactly where you want the split to occur. When you're satisfied with the split, left-click, and the window will split horizontally into two windows. We need four windows. We'll split each window vertically with the top 3D window and drag the cursor into the window's bottom edge. The cursor will change to a double-sided arrow, this time pointing vertically. When it does, right-click and choose Split Area, and then you'll see a vertical line showing where the window will be split. The line will be in the window that will be split. When you're at the place where you want the window to split, left-click to split the window. We'll do the same procedure at the bottom window until we have four windows. Each window can be switched to a different type. Blender has many types of windows. If you click on the 3D icon at the lower left side of the window, you can see all the types. We'll switch to the outline window, which shows all the objects in our scene in a table. As you get more comfortable with Blender, you can switch windows often. The outliner is a handy way to switch between different objects in the scene without having to navigate. It helps when the scene becomes complicated. Our scene has, in addition to Suzanne, a camera and a lamp. So let's click on the outliner icon and change our view back to 3D so we have our four windows again. Right now, each window has the same view of Suzanne, the top view, looking at her from the top down. I just happen to know that. Blender can tell us what view we're in, and it's a good idea that you know as well. To display the view orientation, open up the User Preferences window. It has a big I for the information as a label, and in the upper left-hand corner. Drag on the bottom of the window until you see a double arrow. Left-click and drag until the window opens up. Press the View Names button on the left row. The button darkens, which is Blender's way of telling you that the feature is active. Then close the window by clicking on the lower left corner and dragging up. Note that each window on the upper left corner has the phrase Top Ortho. This means that the window is in top view in what's called orthographic mode. Orthographic mode means that the distance is not taken into account and that the size of the object is not distorted by distance. Most of the time you'll model in orthographic mode. We'll discover another mode soon. Using the view of the 3D window, you can change each view to different perspectives. By using the menu, change the first window to top, the next one to front, then to camera and right. So we'll have four windows with four different perspectives. Now move the monkey by right-clicking on Suzanne to select it with a pink highlight that displays, and then pressing the G key to drag the mouse. You'll see the effect of moving the monkey in each window. Look at the window that's in the camera view. Note that the indicator in the top right corner of the window says Camera PERSP. PERSP stands for Perspective View, which means that the distance is taken into account. It's like a highway where parallel lines meet at a long distance. In orthographic mode, the parallel lines will not meet. There are shortcuts on the numeric keypad for switching to each view. They are Top View, num7, Front View, num1, Side View, which is Right View, num3, and Camera View, which is num0. Also, by holding the Control key at the same time as pressing the numeric keypad, you get the opposite view. Thus, bottom view is Control num7, back view is Control num1, side view is Control num3. Control num 0 gives you a message object as camera. If we're trying to get the back of the camera, it isn't too useful because you don't see much when the camera's pointing backwards. Num 5 toggles between orthographic and perspective for any view. To join windows, drag the cursor to the border of the windows to join. When the cursor changes to a double arrow, right-click and select Join Areas. You'll see a huge arrow which tells you what direction the joining will take place. Press Enter to join the windows. You can either join horizontally or vertically. So at the end, we'll be back to the top view. So splitting and joining windows are a fundamental skill in Blender, and it's very useful. Just experiment and you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. One last point. If the view is not one of the standard views, say you rotated your view using the middle mouse button or Alt left mouse button if you turned on the 3D button emulation in your preferences window, Blender calls that view user, which means that you chose your own special tilted view.